Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here, and in this video we'll be doing a detailed review of the latest budget offering from Xiaomi under the Redmi branding, the Redmi Note 11. So Redmi Note 11 is the latest smartphone announced, and this is the successor of the hugely popular Redmi Note 10 launched last year. So Redmi Note 10 created a big impact in the Indian smartphone market with the pricing of 11,999 with AMOLED display, really good 48 megapixel camera and good battery life. Along with that you get 33-watt charger. And this was one of the really best to-go device below the 15,000 price segment. Now we have the Redmi Note 11, the successor, with upgrades to the processor, the camera and even the display. But is it really a worthy upgrade over the Redmi Note 10? So this device is priced 13,499 and we'll be looking at the various aspects of the Redmi Note 11 and is it really a worthy upgrade over the Redmi Note 10. So before getting started, if this is your first time on this channel, do hit that red subscribe button and also hit the bell icon to get notified of all the videos we publish. So let's begin. So first up, the design and build quality. Now if you look at the design aspect, you can see that it is definitely a good looking device out there, especially the neat camera layout, the back panel design. It's slightly curved towards the edges and you get the flat edges on all the sides, and the front panel is also a punch hole selfie camera. So it's definitely a good looking device out there. Again, not the best looking out there. It's not a striking device, but then it definitely feels quite good in hands. Even the in-hand usability also looks pretty good. It's pretty compact in nature, not very heavy. It's pretty slim also. So it actually has a lot of things going its way in terms of design and build quality. Again, it feels quite solid in hands also, and the plastic material also feels pretty good. So overall, for the price segment of 13,500 or rather below 15,000, we feel this is definitely a good looking device and the build quality also feels quite okay. Now moving on to the display. So this is one area where we have an upgrade. Now last year we had the Redmi Note 10 with AMOLED display, but it was standard 60Hz refresh rate. Now Xiaomi has upgraded, or rather Redmi has upgraded this to 90Hz refresh rate. Again, this is an AMOLED display, so great viewing angles, great color reproduction. The touch response feels pretty smooth. There is Corning Gorilla Glass, and 90Hz refresh rates adds to the good experience you get on an AMOLED display. So display is definitely good. It's vibrant display, good brightness levels, and even outdoor visibility also is quite okay. So display is definitely good on the Redmi Note 11. So we don't have anything to complain here. Next, let's talk about the software. So this device has MIUI 13 and let's see how the software performs. So let's have a look at the software offered on the Xiaomi Redmi Note 11. So Redmi Note 11 is the first device in India to come with the MIUI 13. Now this device is running on Android 11. That's definitely one of the downsides for a phone launched in 2022. This is still running Android 11. But again, you can also consider the fact that this is more of a budget device, less than 15K. So that's probably the reason Xiaomi has not launched Android 12 with this device, but it has MIUI 13. Now the thing is, there is no update cycle mentioned for this device, so probably Android 12 might be rolled out, but we are not really sure. Now talking about the MIUI 13, so this device comes with the latest MIUI 13. Now it feels very smooth. Some of the really good improvements in the MIUI 13 is that memory management has improved. We have seen that in the recent speed test comparison we did with the Redmi Note 10. So memory management has been improved, and you get all the features like the game turbo mode, video toolbox, floating window, second space, light mode. You have tons of customization options. Always on screen is there. Then you get the additional tools like the refresh rate maximum is 90 Hz. You get the color scheme. So it's a really good UI, and it's definitely one of the improved UIs. MIUI 13 feels really refreshing without any sort of lags, and Xiaomi claims that almost 400 bugs have been fixed on this UI. So it is definitely good, and we did not see any sort of issues or lag on this UI. Now there are any visual changes on the MIUI 13, at least for the India variant. A lot of features which were announced in the China variant is probably missing on this, but this has a lot of improved aspects on compared to the MIUI 12.5. And you can also see that the notification toggles, everything remains the same. Now there are few changes including the widgets and the albums. The gallery app has also changed a bit. So visual changes are minimal, but then more of a performance improvement. So that's the software aspect of the Xiaomi Redmi Note 11. Now talking about the performance, so this device runs on the Snapdragon 680 chip. Now, technically speaking, 680 is better than the 678, which the Note 10 was launched last year. But if you look at the hardware aspects, or rather the processor details, you can see that while there is a slight difference or improvement in clock speed from 2.2 to 2.4 on the 680, the GPU is actually weaker on the 680. It's the Adreno 610 compared to the Adreno 612 on the 678. So GPU is slightly weaker, but then this is a 6 nanometer chip, so it will be more efficient, and the performance is top notch on this device. For a budget device, it performs really well, and you don't see any sort of lag or issues. Very smooth experience, and even the memory management is really good. So you don't see any sort of issues with the overall performance of this device. So day to day, it's very snappy and it does pretty good job overall. Now, if you look at the gaming, we have done a detailed gaming experience. Definitely not a device for a gaming enthusiast in the budget segment. The 680 is kind of not the best chipset. You get very low graphic options, so it's not the best for gaming enthusiasts. We have done a detailed gaming review. It is good for casual gaming, but definitely not for heavy gamers. Now, this device also comes with dual SIM card, 4G LTE, VoLTE, and carrier aggregation is also supported, but this device does not come with 5G support because the chipset does not support 5G. Now, there are dual speakers, it's stereo speakers, and the sound output is pretty good on this device. Again, fingerprint scanner also, it's very responsive, no lags whatsoever in that aspect. And apart from that, you also get IP53 rating, and IR blaster is also included, so it's well equipped in terms of other aspects. So that was the performance aspect of the Redmi Note 11, and even the call quality was pretty good. We did not see any sort of issues on this device. Now moving on to the camera. So this is one of the important aspects. We had a pretty decent cameras on the Redmi Note 10. Now we have upgraded cameras. We have a 50 megapixel sensor, then you get an 8 megapixel ultra wide, a 2 megapixel depth and 2 megapixel macro, and you get a 13 megapixel selfie camera as well. Now if you look at the camera samples, we have actually done a detailed camera review of this device. Found the camera to be quite capable in daylight conditions, good vibrant images, good details also, and even the ultra wide angle camera also did quite a decent job overall. The disappointing aspects were the macro camera, which was kind of very much average, especially when Xiaomi is known for great macros. This is definitely a disappointment. Again, in 2022, we haven't seen too many devices offering the 2 megapixel depth sensor. So that could have been avoided. Instead, could have been provided with a 5 megapixel tele macro sensor. That could have been made much better impact here. Now, the low light experience is kind of decent experience. Selfies are also quite okay, I would say. So if you look at the camera as a whole, it's quite a decent package. It may not be the best out there in the 15K price segment, but it won't disappoint most users. But again, there are some points where it needs improvement. One is the macro sensor, then also the low light experience was not that great. So that was the camera aspect. So overall, we feel it's quite a decent shooter for 13,500. Now next is the battery life and charging. So this device comes with a 5000 mAh capacity battery, and you get the standard 33 watt charger, and the battery life is really good on this device. One of the strong points of this device is the excellent battery life it offers. So on an average, you can get anywhere close to 8 to say 10 or 11 hours of screen on time. It's really hard to drain out battery on this device. So it's stellar on this device. So if you're a casual user, you can get anywhere close to 8 to 10 hours. It might even stretch to almost 11 hours, but again, that depends upon usage. But on an average, you can get a minimum of 8 to 9 hours of screen on time on this device, which we feel it's really stellar for a budget device, and at least 1.5 days of usage is guaranteed with this device. So that's the good aspect. So battery life is good, and charging, it takes just at 60 minutes to charge from 1 to 100%. We have uploaded the charging test. So that was the detailed review of the Redmi Note 11. So should you buy it? Now let's list out the pros and cons of this device. So the good aspect about this device is that it comes with pretty good design and build quality. It's quite a decent looking device out there. Excellent display, AMOLED 90Hz at this price segment is pretty good. Then MIUI 13 offers great experience. The memory management has improved. Then decent day-to-day performance, excellent battery life, and even you get 33 watt charging. And the pricing is also quite okay. Now the cons of the device, probably it's not a gaming device. Then Android 11 is only offered, no Android 12. Then secondary cameras, especially the macro camera, was kind of disappointment. and finally there is no 5G. But I wouldn't say lack of 5G as a major con, because we don't have a 5G network as of now. But if you're looking for a future-proof device, then probably lack of 5G could make an impact. Then apart from that, there is one more con, which is kind of not a major con. There is no EIS in the cameras, and also there is no 4K recording available on the camera. So that was the pros and cons of the Redmi Note 11. So should you buy this device? Now there are two cases. One, if you are using a Redmi Note 10, we would say Redmi Note 11, although offers slight upgrades to the Redmi Note 10, it may not be a major upgrade from Redmi Note 10, although there are some changes to the hardware offered, especially the 90Hz refresh rate and slight improvement in the camera, but it may not be a major upgrade. But if you are looking for a new device under the sub 15K price segment, then the Note 11 is definitely one of the best available right now. Great hardware and good overall package offered, but it may not be a big upgrade over the Note 10. So at 13,500, this device makes sense if you're looking to buy a new device under the 15,000 price segment. So that was our detailed review of the Redmi Note 11. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Do hit that like button and also hit the subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.